Aryna, it was obviously a bit confusing at the end. It was all a bit fractious. You were talking to the umpire and then to your box as well. Can you just talk us through what was going through your head at that moment and what kind of your reaction to it was?
Yeah, I couldn't understand what's going on because, I mean, we all know that Ukrainian girls will not shake hands with us, so it's kind of not surprise for us, but probably for the public today it was surprise. So they saw it as disrespect me as a player, so that's why I was bullying to her. But at first I thought they were bullying me, and I was a little confused, and I was like, okay, what should I do? And I spoke to my team, make sure that I understand it right, but then I kind of understand what's going on, and then I was saying thank you to the public, kind of like I felt sorry for what I did at the first.
Hi Aryna, congrats on the win. You called it emotionally kind of a tough match emotionally. Do you feel because of the obvious kind of more attention that will be on the match because of the matchup of Belarusian player against the Ukrainian player, does that kind of weigh on your mind a bit, knowing that there's going to be a bit more kind of attention on how it will end with the handshake and all that?
Yeah, probably because of that, and as well, like the first match of the tournament. The second thing is you're playing against Ukrainian, and you never know what's gonna happen. You never know, like how people will they support you or not. I was worried like that people will be against me, and I don't like to play when people so much against me, so I was worried about that. And yeah, at the beginning it was very emotional, but then I get through it and I started playing tennis and focus on myself instead of the rest of the things.
Yes, I have a mic now. Aryna, with this, at Roland Garros, you may become the world #1. As a world #1, you should be a role model. I think you are already a role model for many people, for many tennis players in the world. And as world #1 is a very difficult status. And what is your message to the world? And because meanwhile, this situation with Ukrainian players show that you're twisting it as if Ukrainians hate you, but they do not say that they hate you. The only thing they want to know from you is either you condemn the war or you support the war. This is the only thing that Ukrainian players want to hear, and you're avoiding this question. You're coming up with different answers. So you say it's politics, even though missiles launched from Belarus does not choose if it's a politician or a tennis player. So what is your message as the world #1, and how can you sort it out with Ukrainian players that there is no more words hate or something like that? Thank you.
First of all, I'm not saying that they are saying they hate me.
You did many times.
No, but listen, first of all, when I get the question about Ukrainians, they ask me like, so you know that they hate you? Like not personally or politically, they asking the question. So I'm answering the question that if they hate me, like I don't feel anything like that. About the war situation, I said it many, many times. Nobody in this world, Russian athletes or Belarusian athletes, support the war. Nobody. How can we support the war? Nobody. No, normal people will never support it. Why we have to go loud and say that things? That's like, this is like 1 + 1, it's 2, It's of course we don't support war, and if we could affect anyhow the war, if we could stop it, we would do it. But unfortunately, it's not in our hands. That's the main question. That's the part about Ukrainians. Secondly, as the world #1, what's my message? Okay, let's get back to the country. I'm from a small country, from Belarus, who was working really hard to get to this level. And this is the message to a lot of young athletes who's from small countries, who don't have enough money, who's just from the small countries, that they can do well in this sport, and that they have to work hard and believe in themselves, and they can do whatever they want to. This is my main message as world #1. And I don't know if I'm a role model for a lot of people, or as I said, there's going to be people who don't like me, there's going to be people who likes me. So I'm focusing on people who likes me and who want me to be the best. You know, I want to show my best tennis. I want people to enjoy tennis matches, to enjoy my matches. So this is my message, to bring the joy for people. I don't know.
Okay, we have time for a couple more questions about the match. Can we do right here, 1 and 2? Tony, did you have a question?
Can I just ask you about the post-match handshake as well? The crowd, you said the crowd thought it was disrespectful. Do you think it's disrespectful that they don't shake hands with you?
No,
and do you think she deserved to be booed?
I don't think so. I understand why they're not shaking hands with us. I can imagine if they're going to shake hands with us, and then what's going to happen to them from Ukrainian side. So I understand that, and I understand that this is not kind of like personally, you know. That's it. And I think probably she don't, not probably, I think she don't deserve to be, yeah, to leave the court that way.
Any final questions about the match here? Yes.
Aryna, just wondering on the conditions, it's supposed to be very hot the whole 2 weeks. Just wondering, on clay, what kind of conditions do you prefer, and what do you think helps your game? Because obviously sometimes when it's rainy and heavy, it can be hard for big hitters, you know.
Yeah, it's difficult conditions for me, and after Rome, I had 3 weeks to prepare physically, mentally to these courts, and it's tough, but I really like it because I have an extra time to adjust and to go for my shots.
Yes, last question here.
Aryna, similar question. We know you can do well on clay, and we've seen it at Madrid.